From the front lines of emergency responses to the heart of the OKC community, this is your inside look at the Oklahoma City Fire Department in action. Welcome to the Oklahoma City Fire Department's April update. I'm Scott Douglas, Public Information Officer for the Oklahoma City Fire Department. As we move into the 5th month of 2025, our department is approaching 40,000 emergency responses for the year. In April alone, OKC firefighters answered a total of 8,216 emergency calls. Here's a quick breakdown of some key incident types. 56 structure fires, 28 carbon monoxide incidents, 22 water assist and rescues, largely due to spring thunderstorms across the metro, 64 vehicle fires, and 84 grass fires. And the majority of our calls continue to be medical in nature. On that note, we're proud to share that the Oklahoma City Fire Department officially launched its 4th Emergency Medical Transport Unit, Medic 6, on April 22nd. This new unit, based out of Fire Station 6 in Bricktown, enhances our ability to provide timely medical care and support IMSA as a supplemental transport service. In April, our fire department's medical units responded to 1,840 calls and transported 1,016 patients. If you're an EMT or paramedic looking to join our growing team, check out our recent Facebook post for a direct link to apply. Continuing with the topic of emergency medical services, we're excited to share that all our EMS monitors have recently been replaced with new, upgraded units to better serve our community and enhance patient care in the field. We now want to welcome Major Jones to share the details.
I'm Major Lance Jones with the Oklahoma City Fire Department. I'm currently on special assignment with the EMS training. We currently bought over 50 LifePak 35s for the Oklahoma City Fire for our monitors to trade in for the LifePak 15s that we've had for several years. Basically, as technology has gone along, they have upgraded these. And a lot of the things that we've kind of just done as a department with our pit crew and different things, the new monitor actually does a lot of the things that we need on its own now. It already has when you start CPR and you start looking at shockable rhythms. It'll start your 2-minute, because that's what we used to do everything on 2-minute. When it comes up the last 15 seconds at 1:45, we always had to have someone sit there counting that. So basically, it frees up a whole other person. The machine's doing a lot of things that we've done. They went from some of the technology stuff. They went from like anything else, just like your smartphones. We don't hardly have any buttons anymore. We still have the old scroll punch that was around forever. It was very kind of archaic. You had to move everything around. Now it's basically on the screen. You can punch it. Latest and greatest thing right now. But also, when you've got something brand new, it has a little hiccups there. But we're getting through all the things. We bought a new monitor for all our units, for our USAR teams, for our bike teams, for everything. We bought over 50 units. From what Chief Cobb and them described to me was, we could have bought a few at a time, but as you were getting moved around different station to station, using different monitors can get confusing. So we just stopped. They traded everything in. We bought all brand new stuff. And like I said, you'll be able to see it's the small things that are going to add up to giant things on that. So the little things, the little details that it's kind of helped us along with, will make hopefully just get a better outcome for our residents.
In April, our crews responded to 56 structure fires across Oklahoma City. To give you a closer look at what our firefighters face on these scenes, we want you to hear directly from the incident commanders themselves. On April 15th, firefighters were dispatched to a residential fire in the Quail Creek neighborhood. Major Hatchell was the incident commander on that scene. Here's his first-hand account of the response.
I'm Major Hatchell, Fire Station 15. I was incident command on structure fire that came in on 4/15/25. 3200 block of Rolling Stone. We had heavy smoke showing from the Charlie, Delta, and Alpha sides. We also had visible flames from the Alpha Delta corner and the Charlie side as well. One of the homeowners was in the house when it had happened, and the smoke detector started going off and alerted her. And she opened the garage door, noticed heavy smoke, so she just was able to self-evacuate the structure prior to. Most of the fire was contained to the garage and had worked just slightly into the garage towards the kitchen area. So fire attack initiated their attack from the Delta/Charlie corner There's a window to the garage that they were able to use to initiate starting, and then made their way around to the Charlie side and realized the garage doors were already coming down from the fire. So they were able to knock most of that down there. I also assigned another line to attack it from the front door coming in to make sure it didn't extend into the main part of the structure. So we were able to extinguish the flames. I think we made a pretty good stop on it from extending into the structure due to the conditions we had upon arrival and the wind aiding the fire. There were no injuries noted to this point to any homeowner or firefighter.
Next, we moved to April 25th when Battalion Chief Russell Huffman served as the incident commander at 2 separate house fires, both occurring just hours apart. We caught up with Chief Huffman to hear more.
All right, Battalion Chief Russell Huffman, District 605 on the A shift, Oklahoma City Fire Department. We're here at roughly 104th and Sunny Lane on a house fire. Got called, crews responded. We did have AutoWay with more. Luckily, they were the first rigs on scene since the good agreements that we have. They got here, reported fire through the roof. No hydrants in this area, so we were defensive operations until we could establish a water supply with our tankers. We managed to get inside to make sure nobody was home, do a quick search on the uninvolved areas. Nobody was here, no injuries. And then we were just on scene rotating companies through, trying to just extinguish the rest of the fire. Well, there's two issues that the homeowners reported, and as we kind of confirmed through looking at it, is one of them, they had some chickens in one of the bedrooms. They did have a heat lamp that they had just turned on. Homeowners left and were gone not a very long time, and then we got called for the fire. Another issue they've had in the last month, they said a month ago they had some electrical issues in the kitchen area, which is in the general area of where this fire looks like it might have started. So we're going to have investigators on scene, and they're going to take a look and see what they can figure out. Earlier today, we did have a house fire at about 7:50 this morning, the 9600 block of 90th Street, and that was a cause of a lightning strike. Got on scene, the homeowner was there, heard a loud boom, went outside, saw smoke coming from the roof, called 911. We responded, crews got on scene. We did have fire showing from the roof. Crews got inside. This was a larger house that had a bonus room upstairs, made access kind of difficult due to what we call knee walls. And then we did find a backside entrance, got in, and were able to pull some ceiling and get to the fire that way and contain it to the attic space. That was a spray foam insulation house, which is very efficient when you're building a home as far as energy bills go, but it causes us some issues in that it can off-gas, it gets hot and off-gases and doesn't really show a lot of fire, but it just produces a really nasty smoke, and we have to get in there, scrape that stuff off, or use our hose lines to remove it so we can make sure that we don't have any smoldering fire in between the decking and that smoldering insulation. And luckily, both of these house fires, we had 0 injuries.
April brought several rounds of thunderstorms to the area, including a few that turned severe. One of those storms resulted in a significant house fire caused by a lightning strike. Chief Lindsay served as the incident commander on that scene. Here he is with more on the response and challenges faced during that incident.
So, Battalion Chief Greg Lindsay, I'm in 603 district, responded on the house fire this morning in the 9100 block of Southern View Drive. Our crews were about a half a mile away when they saw the lightning strike and started heading that way, so they were relatively short response time getting there. Their initial assessment was it was a heavily charged attic in a 2-story structure. He reported turbulent dark smoke coming from the ridgeline. There was a report that we could see flame coming out underneath the dormer on the 2nd floor on the front of the house. To me, that says it's in the hidden spaces, maybe knee walls, behind knee walls, if that was actually a 2-story house. Come to find out it was a single-story house, just built like a 2-story, and within just a minute or two, that dormer collapsed into the main living area of the house. Defensive is kind of a relative term. We weren't really putting water on the houses next door because there weren't any exposures, but we did pull crews to the outside and work just from the outside of the structure. The second alarm is really just a request for additional companies. Get hand lines stretched into different areas of the house and try to bring it under control as quickly as we could. So that area of the city is kind of an area that's right in between Moore and Oklahoma City. And we have an agreement with Moore, with Norman, with several communities where if we have a fire that's in that close proximity and they can get an engine company there before we can or in about the same amount of time, that we agree to have automatic aid with them. So they sent an engine, and our engine got there just pretty close to about the same time. The mother that was there, the adult, she heard the lightning strike. She went outside real quick and looked, and realized that it was her house that had been hit. She could see smoke, went inside, immediately got the children up, got them out of the house, and they were at the driveway waiting for the fire department to get there. It's so enticing to go back inside and grab personal belongings. It takes a strong willpower not to go back in, but obviously it probably saved their life. That was a significant fire, and it was the attic was well charged when we got there.
Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us for this month's update. In April 2025, the Oklahoma City Fire Department's Fire Investigation Work Section conducted a total of 23 fire investigations. Fortunately, there were no structure fire fatalities reported during the month of April. One juvenile was referred to the Youth Fire Setter Intervention Program for further guidance and education. Of the total investigations, 9 fires were determined to be accidental. 9 were classified as incendiary and met the legal criteria for arson. 1 was attributed to natural cause, and 4 were classified as undetermined. The accidental fire stemmed from a range of causes, including a water leak that led to electrical arcing in a high-rise, child's play at an elementary school, and multiple incidents involving heat sources placed too close to combustible materials, such as heat lamps, electrical resistant heating, and improperly discarded smoking materials. Additionally, misuse of extension cords and various electrical hazards contributed to these accidental fire events. Now, a few quick shout-outs. First, we want to thank the Youth Leadership Council from Ward 5 for visiting our training center. It's always a pleasure to engage with future leaders in our community. A big thank you to the students from Star Spencer High School who took the time to learn more about what firefighters do every day. We also appreciate CRR, recruiting, and training for making this event happen. We'd also like to congratulate Major Mercer and his Rescue K-9 Zero on their recent recertification as a K-9 rescue team. Great work, Major Mercer and Zero. And finally, a huge congratulations to Major McDonald and Sergeant Dillon for taking first and second place respectively at the pull-up competition at FDIC. Well done, ladies. May 3rd is National Wildfire Preparedness Day, a great reminder to take proactive steps to protect your property. Take a few moments to clean up around your home, mow your grass, and remove any debris that could fuel a wildfire. That's all for this month's update. Until next month, stay safe, OKC, and remember, we're here if you need us.